Hi everyone, welcome. I am super excited for today's video because this video is not only a 2023 reset, it's a life reset in general. You know, we gotta add the drama to spice it up. Like I mentioned in my previous video, let's just say I needed a rebrand, a refresh, no pun intended. And you know what I'm talking about if you saw the last video, just saying you should check it out. And this rebrand was not only for my website and Be Yourself Studios, what you're seeing right now, but I also needed a rebrand when it comes to my mindset, my habits, and just my life in general. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because these are just the beginning steps that I took to work towards my dream life. And when I say dream life, I mean every single area of my life, talking intellectual, creative, vocational, mental health, physical health, and all that good stuff. I've set up the systems, and I've also done the mindset and mental health work to make sure that I'm actually working towards my dream life in a healthy manner. By this I mean not with toxic productivity, but actually listening to my body and work towards my dream life more intuitively and sort of with the flow, but aiming at something. So yeah, I don't know if that made any sense at all, but let's just head right into this video. If you're watching this in the middle of January, don't worry, because I'm actually filming this on the 13th of January, so no worries. That's why I said this is not only a 2023 reset, but actually a life reset. I think that's what I'm gonna call it actually. This is a life reset. I don't have all of my life planned out. I don't have all the things that I want to accomplish broken down into little steps, each and every one of them, because if I'm being realistic, and being realistic is healthy, and by realistic I don't mean dreaming small or just thinking, yeah, I should probably not aim for that because, you know, it's not gonna happen. No, by realistic I mean setting an achievable time frame for achieving these goals. I'm sure that I'll achieve all the goals and projects and objectives I'm aiming at, but I need to give myself the time. There's no humanly possible way for me to achieve all of the things that I want to achieve in my life within 1 year. That's what life is for. So yeah, I'm very excited to work towards all of them. I won't be going through all of my goals for 2023 or for the rest of my life, because this video would take too long if I disclose every single goal, objective, or project that I'm working towards. And as much as I could talk about it for a week or more, that would not be very productive. So yeah, I'll still be showing you my system for setting these goals and setting the right mindsets and habits and just the right pace in general for me to work towards them. So yeah, let's head right into it. Why don't we talk about the elephant in the room? I don't know if you've noticed, but your girl got a haircut. Now, if you've already seen my previous video, you know I already got a haircut. And by I got a haircut, I mean I picked up 2 hair ties and my scissors and went with it. I'm not joking. Like, I'm actually not joking. And to prove it to you, I have the footage of me cutting my hair. A little warning before we head into those clips, I'm okay. It looks a little bit like I'm having a mental breakdown, but I'm not. I'm laughing because I tend to laugh whenever I get nervous, which, you know, fun. But I'm actually okay. It was a conscious decision. This is not the first time that I cut my hair. It's actually like the 3rd or 4th time that I cut it. It's the first time that I've got my hair this short, that's for sure. But again, the following clips are either worrying or very funny. So if I were you, I would take it the funny part, because I actually laughed a lot while watching. But I start laughing like hysterically because I was just not expecting to cut it that short. Honestly, I'm in love with it right now. So let's just roll to the clips and hope for the best. Yo creo que esto no se resuelve, mami. Está bien corto. Too late. After getting the new look, I also thought it would be a good idea to clear out the look in my environment. I started decluttering and organizing my drawers and my desk. I have the time lapse right now. It looks better than it actually was, and I'm being completely honest. I'm a crafter, so I tend to be very messy when it comes to my desk. That's just part of the creative process, and I'm okay with it, but I always clean up afterwards. Like as soon as I finish a DIY or crafting project, I tend to clear out my desk. And my drawers, they tend to be a little bit messy for a few months. Now, they were very messy right now. Like, they were the messiest they have ever been. And the reason for this is because I didn't have them this cluttered for 2 to 3 months. It was more like a 8 months to a year kind of situation. This is a judge-free zone, okay? I don't have any excuse for myself. Let's not focus on the past, let's focus on the now. So let's just focus on the fact that right now my desk drawers are chef's kiss, beautifully organized, everything categorized, and everything has a place, and it just makes me so happy. So yeah, let's just focus on that. And I think that's pretty much it when it comes to the organization of my environment. I'm a crafter, so I sometimes need to have my room in a messy way, but I also am very organized, and I need to be aware of the fact that everything has a place in this room. Whenever I feel like it, I organize my whole room. I could literally last weeks with a messy desk, but when I get tired of it, your girl is like, no more. It could be 1 a.m. and I'm out here clearing out my desk and making sure it's perfect. Next, let's talk about the thing that you have already seen if you saw my previous video, which is the rebrand of Be Yourself Studios. And it was a full rebrand. The logo, the website, the social media platforms, the content, anything you can think of, I changed for this rebrand. And if you want to see any of the things that I did for the rebrand, make sure to check out my previous video. If you haven't already watched it, I'm very proud of it, and I'm very proud of this rebrand. It was super fun to make. The thing with this rebrand, I worked for around 4 months on it, but the actual changing of the images and the layouts and the website and changing all the logos in all the different platforms occurred at the end of December, just to make sure that the actual launch of the rebrand was on January 1st of 2023, because I had to, it was a new year, new me, new look, new year, so it only made sense for me to launch the rebrand on January 1st. So yeah, that was super fun. Oh my god, I just finished filming the A-roll for the rebrand video. It's 1:36. So I spent an hour and a half filming that video. It's gonna be so interesting editing it. I have basically more than an hour and a half of footage to go through, but hopefully I'll get it ready for the first. If not, I'll be happy if it's up on the first week of January, because the thing that I need to be up on the first is the rebrand. So yeah, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh, I need to film my thumbnails. I'm gonna cut this clip short and do little poses here and there to get the thumbnail. Now let's talk about another part of my system that I'm in love with, which is the Renaissance Personal Development Workbook. Why is it called the Renaissance? Because it adds drama to it. Let's just leave it at that. But this is the Renaissance Workbook. I've been making some YouTube shorts that you will be able to see on my profile. I've been making some YouTube shorts going through a few of the pages in this Renaissance Workbook. I literally made this from scratch. All the dividers, the covers, the pages, the spreads, anything you can think of, I made for this workbook. So it is a personal development workbook that is fully customized for me and the 12 areas of my life. For this, I use some cardstock to create the covers and dividers and sketched out a design on it. By the way, the size of this workbook is half letter if you're interested, and I'm using the Happy Planner medium discs and use the big punch to punch the pages and add them to the discs. After trimming all the cardstock to size, I sketched out the designs on the cardstock itself because I had already sketched it out on a notebook. Then I painted it. I used markers, gel pens, acrylic paints, watercolor paints. I think that's pretty much it when it comes to the coloring tools that I use for this. Yeah, I may have missed something. I used all of that to make all the designs. All of them are themed around a fandom that I'm part of. So we have on the cover Tinkerbell. We also have Rapunzel's Tower, Tinkerbell's house, Wild, like a notebook page from High School Musical that says Wild for So this has 14 dividers. The first one is for yearly spreads, the second one is for monthly spreads, and the rest of the side dividers are for the 12 areas of my life. Aside from those, I used some scrapbooking paper and made these top dividers for different sections. I still need to label these, but since all of them have a different design and I already memorized the order in which they are in, I haven't added the labels yet and I'm not in a rush, so I'll eventually label them, but who knows when. And since this is a personal development workbook, it doesn't have a due date. The only dated spreads are the ones within the yearly and the monthly section, but aside from that, the rest of the pages within this workbook are for me to use not only for this month or this week, but for many years to come, and to add and take out as I need when it comes to my personal development and goals. And this is basically a companion for my second brain system in Notion. Everything within my Notion is very thoroughly planned, but here I have more fun spreads and it's just another visual element to add to my system. And yeah, it's just super fun to fill out. I've had so much fun using it throughout this month. Like I said, today is the 13th of January, so yeah, I'm very much in love with it. By the way, if you're interested in a workbook like this, or for me to release a template of this, let me know in the comments down below so that I can start working on it. Now, you might be wondering, what are all the pages and spreads that I have in this workbook? I did do a time lapse setting up some of the spreads that I'll be having throughout this workbook and doing a little flip through of the ones that I have up until now, but eventually, I'm not saying when, at some point you may have access to this workbook, at least digitally, maybe for the next year. But I'm making no promises. I'm just saying because I want you to be prepared emotionally for when that launch comes. But yeah, just say it. So yeah, that's it when it comes to my workbook. Now, these are all things that I did to prep for 2023. The area spreads for the workbook were made after the new year started, but obviously all the yearly and monthly spreads were made before, just because I needed to use them right away as the year started. And also the clearing out of my desk and drawers and the haircut and all that good stuff was before the new year. But now we're in 2023, and these are the fun things that I've set out to use throughout 2023 and hopefully for many years to come. So yeah, let's just head right into it. Okay, this is the thing that I'm most excited about. Well, I'm actually very excited about all the sections in this video, but one of the things that I think is going to be the most useful going forward when it comes to working towards my dream life is my goal setting system in Notion. I'm just gonna take you to my screen just so that you can see what my goal setting system in Notion is. It's basically a second brain and I'm in love with it, so let's just head right into it. So when it comes to my second brain system in Notion, since this video is not a Notion tour, I'll only be doing an overview of this system. If you would like for me to go more in depth into my whole second brain and all the different pages in my Notion workspace, make sure to let me know in the comments down below so that I can start working on that very long, probably series, because again, the system that I have created in Notion is pretty hefty. I'm in love with it, but I don't think I could go through it within one video unless I make it like a Avengers Endgame type of video, and by that I mean 3 hours long. Again, if you're interested in that Notion tour, let me know in the comments down below so that I can start working on it. So without further ado, let's head right into the system that I'm using for creating and working towards my dream life. Am I filming? Oh yeah, can you imagine if I wasn't filming? That would have been hilarious, and by hilarious I mean so annoying. So my second brain, aka my dream life planner in Notion, is named Magic Kingdom because a lot of the main pages that I've created in my Notion workspace are themed around a fandom that I'm a part of, and I don't know if you know this, but I love Disney, so it just made sense for me to assign a park to individual pages and workstations that I've created within my Notion setup. So yeah, now you can expect for me to go through each of the parks in Disney World in a Notion tour if I ever make one. Let's be honest, when I make one. Okay, so I'll try to make this as quick as possible. First, on this sidebar right here, we have a list of all the sections for my second brain. Also, if you don't know what a second brain is, I believe the term was created by Tiago Forte. He wrote a book called How to Build a Second Brain. I'll link both that book and any resource or video or article I saw and tutorial on how to build a second brain, just so that I could get all the ideas that I needed to build a customized second brain for myself. So yeah, I'll make sure to link all of those down below. I watch videos from Ali Abdal, Thomas Frank. He has a Notion YouTube channel which is Thomas Frank Explains. He has great tutorials in that channel to basically do a bunch of things with Notion if you want to go to the next level with it. So yeah, I'll make sure to link all those channels and videos that I watched down below. But let's head into my second brain here. First, we have areas, which is part of the original second brain system, which consists of PARA, which stands for Projects, Area, Resources, and Archive. And as you can see, I added a few more letters because go big or go home. I want it all. Want it all. I want. You know that you want it. So first, areas. And here on this side, you can see a gallery of all the areas of my life. While I was building and figuring out the second brain system, I started spending some time reflecting and figuring out what are the areas that I have in my life. As you can see, here we have intellectual, vocational, be yourself, studios, physical health, mental health, play and creativity, love, financial, home, environmental, spiritual, and adventures. And yeah, those are the 12 areas of my life. And within those areas, I have objectives. Within objectives, I have either goals or milestones, and within those, I have projects, and projects consist of tasks. I know it seems a bit complicated. Also, the only other individual database that I have, aside from the ones that I have already mentioned, and when it comes to the archive and resources, those are just filtered versions of the notes database. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it when it comes to the overview of my second brain. Again, if you would like me to go more in depth step into my system, let me know in the comments down below so that I can start working on it. Here you can see the projects that I have for the area, the goals, the tasks, and I don't know why I have a status for the area because, well, it's an area of my life, like it's never actually like completed, you know? So yeah, I think I'll probably get that property out, but eventually, but we're not here to talk about that. And here I have toggle headers of the sections of my second brain. First we have tasks, projects, milestones, goals, and objectives. Here's an overview, and all of these databases are full of relations and formulas and all that good stuff. I literally spent the whole month of October setting up the second brain system and basically my dream workspace in Notion. It was super fun, but also little tip, make sure that if you're building your dream workspace in Notion, is not the only thing that you're doing for a whole month, because it can be quite a lot. We need to let our creativity have some freedom, you know, not only focus on one thing. So yeah, that's my only tip if you're trying to set up a second brain system. But yeah, as you can see here at the bottom, I have a calendar view, and again, all of these are different views of the main databases, which are the ones that I have inside these lists. This is a linked view of the database that I have in areas, and these are linked views of the original databases that I made within these pages. So yeah, wanted to clear that out. And here on the bottom I have linked views of these databases. Instead of seeing them in a table view, list view, or a gallery view like I have here on the top, I made them into the calendar view just to get a clear overview of how my week or my month or the next few months is going to look like. First we have my to-do, then we have to film. This is the only database that I don't have here because most of the things in the second brain system are more personal. I also have a lot of videos of studio stuff and creative projects and all that good stuff, but when it comes to content creation, I have a second workspace, and that's why I have this to film table view, which is part of another database that I have. But aside from that, these three calendar views are from the second brain. First we have to-dos, projects, and goals. These are the main things that I need to look on a weekly or monthly basis. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the overview of my second brain system. So let's just go into a little bit of an example into how I'm using this system. Let's go here. We have learn Korean. That's an objective. Why is it an objective and not a goal? Because learn Korean is not a thing that I can check off within a year or something like that. It's such a broad goal that it's of an objective or an intention. Like, I don't know how to determine I learned Korean, you know? So since it's not something that I can easily check off or assign a date to, it's something that I'm working towards a long period of time and probably the rest of my life, because my first language is Spanish and I'm still learning Spanish to this day. It would surprise you. That's why it's in the objective section. But I did assign a goal to it, and a goal here, for example, is complete the 10 levels of Talk to Me in Korean. As you can see, is something that I can actually check off, and here you'll be able to see the projects. For instance, we have complete level 1 of Talk to Me in Korean, and when you click on this, you can set tasks, and within those tasks I can put complete lesson 1 and then lesson 2, lesson 3, and assign, let's say for the month of February, I'm working on completing level 1 of Talk to Me in Korean. Then I would assign that time frame here on this date property, and within all the tasks I'll be putting, let's say, complete lesson 1, and I can assign a date to it. Let's say on the 1st of February I want to complete lesson 1 of the level 1 of Talk to Me in Korean, and that will get me closer to completing my goal of completing the 10 levels of Talk to Me in Korean, which is getting me closer to my objective of learning Korean. Did I make any sense at all? I probably didn't. I'm trying not to make this part of the video too long. That's one example for how I'm using this database. Then here you can see I have the years. First, let's just ignore this one right here, 2022, we don't care about her. Let's focus on 2023. And here I have the 2023 overview. This is for me to to add to my favorite pages within Notion just so that I can access it quickly. I can just start it right here, and whenever I come to my Notion workspace, whether it's on my iPad, laptop, or phone, I can quickly see this overview and start working towards my goals, tasks, projects, or whatever it is that I need to do for that day. But let me unadd this to favorites because I have an actual dashboard for my day-to-day, but we're not here to discuss that. And here we have the Renaissance workspace. Why is it called the Renaissance? Because I'm dramatic, and we're gonna leave it at that. Here I have the objectives within a toggle because it will be rare when an objective has an assigned due date, but I still have it in here. I have it filtered so that it only shows the objectives that I want to achieve within this year. In all of these databases, I have a filter so that it only shows the things that are from January 1st of 2023 till December 31st of 2023, so that I don't only see the things that I'm working in this year, because again, I'm always getting ideas for projects and things that I want to achieve, and new goals and accomplishments and all that good stuff. And realistically, as much as I would like to, it's not possible to achieve all of those within 1 year. So I want to be able to focus on the things that are specifically for this year and not see all the goals that I want to accomplish for the rest of my life whenever I'm sitting down to work and get things done. So that's why I have these filtered databases. And since I already have a dashboard, I have this also in a toggle overview. And then another thing that I recently added, and this is very simple, as you can see here, I have no databases. This is mostly in list form, but here I have a quarterly brainstorm, and this is a template that I can click here and it will create a quarterly brainstorm section. And here you can see January. I basically filled this in at the beginning of the month and added the calendar view. This looks so pretty. I'm in love with it. I love calendars, I love numbers, I love tables, so yeah, I love this. And here I'll be jotting down events and responsibilities, goals and projects, and again, making it super clean, adding everything within toggles just so that I can close it up and not get overwhelmed by all the things that I want to work on or accomplish. And here I have listed out again within toggles all the areas of my life and little goals for each one of them that I want to accomplish. That again, I have this year just to get motivated and to have something to check off at the end of the month that I don't have within all those big and fully developed databases. This is just very simple and it looks pretty. Honestly, this is for aesthetic purposes and also for me to get an overview of the month in a very chef's kiss manner. Does that make sense? No, but let's roll with it. And as you can see here, I not only have January, but whenever February comes around, I can also set up the events and responsibilities, the calendar here, and the 12 areas of my life with any goals and projects. And the same thing for March, and I'll just close this off whenever the quarter is over and get a new template for the next quarter. Ta-da! Same thing. So I think that's pretty much it when it comes to my system for 2023 and the years to come. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. So that's it for my second brain system. Again, I haven't filled this out to the brim with all the goals that I want to accomplish and all the projects that I want to work on. I'm filling it up as I go. Whenever I get an idea for a goal or a project, I just sit down, write it down, and whenever I have time or I have an idea of when the project is going to get done, I'll just add the dates and all the tasks and notes and anything that I need to work on towards that project. I hope you found this helpful and I hope it wasn't that confusing. Let's just go to the next part. Lastly, we have a vision board. I've never actually made much use of a vision board. I made one last year and let's just say that didn't go to plan. I made a vision board last year because it's what everyone recommended, but I didn't make it my style. So this year I took it upon myself to make a vision board, but my way. And for that, I got super inspired by the movie Last Holiday starring Queen Latifah. spectacular, the best of the best. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. So she has this possibilities book, and in this book she puts a lot of possibilities and dreams and things she wants to accomplish, and basically her dream life. I saw it, and as a crafter slash journaling gal slash scrapbooker now, I thought I need to have this. I got some nice quality paper. I went through Pinterest for a few weeks before the new year started and started adding images within the 12 areas of my life, and just things that spoke to me, quotes, images for aesthetic purposes to decorate, because again, this will not only be my vision board, it will also be a scrapbooking project. So I added some extra cute images here and there of things that I like butterflies, if you know, you know, and bees and lotus flowers and all that good stuff. So it was so much fun. I actually took my time with it, like I wasn't rushed or anything. I spent a few weeks, like I said, adding images, and then I just printed them at Office Mats / Office Depot and trimmed them down with my paper trimmer from We Are Memory Keepers. And yeah, I'm just in love with it. I spent, I believe, 2.5 hours gluing the images to all of the pages, which honestly, it wasn't hard or anything, but it took so long to set them up, and it didn't feel like it. I thought I was just like, oh yeah, I spent half an hour gluing images. No, I spent 2.5 hours setting up those images. But I'm really happy with them. I ended setting up 23 pages. It wasn't intentional, okay? It wasn't intentional. I know it seems like it, but it wasn't. It's just like Teen Beach Movie song. When it's meant to be, you go kinda crazy. Okay, you know, I start singing when I'm losing my shit, so this means that I've been filming for too long, and I think that's pretty much it when it comes to this video. Yeah, I know it was quite a lot. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Let me know in the comments down below what are your, let's say, top 3 goals. No, what is your main intention for 2023? I asked for your goals on the previous video. What is your main intention for 2023? I can't wait to read those comments. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell notifications so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Be yourself, be happy, be human. Send you lots of love.